Hello everyone, it's Brandon with RV Traveling with Six. It's been a little bit since we posted a video, so I thought I'd put one together today. It's going to be done a little bit different. So me and Roscoe are out for a walk. So we'll kind of talk to you at several different points. And then we'll wrap it up when we get back to the motorhome and show you what we got. So here recently, we decided to install Arlo security cameras. Some people might think you're a little crazy when you do that, but it's for the safety and the peace of mind knowing that your rig is safe. So we'll talk about the pros and cons and why we did what we did throughout our walk. So welcome back. So some of the pros and cons to having a security system on your rig. The pros is being able to monitor any movement around your rig. The Arlo cameras allow you to set up activity zones, so you're able to see motion in the areas that you like to. Like on ours, we have a flagpole set up on the passenger side. It is in front of a camera, but I'm able to set the monitor for the activity camera, and this allows me to cut down on a lot of the false negatives. Some of the pros to it is that there's been times I've had people pull up to the rig or pass by, and I know that they're not coming into our lot while we're gone. So another con would be having to physically screw it into the rig. I did choose that option. Just one screw. So what I did when we did the installation, it's on the trim of the slide out, so nothing was harmed. I didn't have to worry about anything on the back side of the screw penetrating the wall or anything like that. And it being metal, it sucked it up tight, so the mounts won't fall off. Another pro is that the cameras are magnetized, so I can take them down and put them back up fairly easy. All I gotta do is put out my ladder. They're higher up, so that way nobody can just come by and grab them. They also come with a memory slot, so you put a USB for an external hard drive or a micro SD on the bottom of it. So you have two options there for recording. That does do local recording. When you buy the Arlo cameras, we got the Ultra. They're quite a bit more expensive, but they do come with a free 1-year subscription. They identified when people are coming up, it'll identify whether it's a vehicle, a person, or an animal, or if there's just plainly motion. It helps out quite a bit, especially at night if I set the cameras up before we go to bed. If I get an alert or something like that, it will ding. Of course, you can turn your notifications off, but that would defeat the purpose. So I like to be notified when it happens. It'll send you a snapshot of the video, and you can click into it and view it. It'll send a picture to you showing what they identified. So that's been great. I've been testing it for the last week and a half. The flags are the only thing that I get a false negative on. And that's only if the wind blows it into a zone that I don't have set up for an inactive zone. So they do cost. There's several different models out there. We just chose to go with Arlo because it does a zoom auto track, so it'll zoom in. So it's a vehicle, it'll zoom into the plate. It'll identify what the plate is, trying to grab the reading off of it. If it's a person, it'll try to get facial recognition. And there's some other options on there. I know it's got package and detection and then animal detection. So it'll track the animal, so that way you can identify it. So why did we choose to do a security system on the rig? There's been times we've been at several different parks. As most of y'all know, we're Thousand Trails members, and if not, we're either boondocking or going through RPI or something like that. I can't name off how many times that we've had strange neighbors. And I'm not talking about personality, I'm just talking about they are checking out your stuff, and you know, when you're gone, you want the peace of mind. Granted, I'm not there to stop them, but it will give you the peace of mind that you're able to identify and prove that somebody did take something, or if there was any damage that occurred to your rig while you were gone. So that's definitely some pros to it. Another con is the signal. If you don't have a signal on your cell phone and you're trying to monitor it, you're not going to get that footage coming in. And then if your hub doesn't have a great internet signal, here we do. We have full bars with AT&T, and you know, we haven't had any issues with that. And another one, it does lag a little bit. We do have it set up for smart notifications, so it does have to go back to the server to identify it. And once it identifies it, it sends you the alert. I think it's delayed. From what I read, it can be anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds, depending on how long it takes the server to identify it before to send it back to you. So there is a small time window, but you're still getting your notifications. Me and Jane think it's a great upgrade to the rig. It gives us that peace of mind if we're out walking or having to go to the store or something. And then of course, when all the COVID-19 hopefully finally goes away, we'll be back out hiking and going to the museums and stuff like that. So all right, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you the app. You can see that I'm up there on the entry side, sitting here talking to you. It is a little bit delayed, as I stated. And then we got a 360 view all the way around the rig. I still got one that's trying to connect since I've been on the phone. There goes the second one. My camera system is hooked up to AT&T. My cell phone provider is set up as Verizon. So there is a little bit difference in the signal. Not much. You can see that I have 3 bars, but notice even if you have bars with Verizon, you still don't have a signal in this area. So I don't know if it's the usage or depending on where the towers are located or anything else, but I do notice you could have full bars and still kind of lags. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you where the cameras are placed on the rig. And you can see that one right there. They do have a 180-degree view, so it does look like it's pointed out, but it's actually in the rear corner, and you can actually see all the way up to the door. Even where the Durango's kind of sitting, you're not going to get a full facial recognition. One of the downsides when I did the placement, I didn't have my flagpole up, and so I didn't take that into consideration. I'm thinking about either adding another mounting point up to the top corner there, or adding an additional camera. The mounting points are a lot cheaper than buying another camera, especially the ultra cameras. But just one of our ideas. Another camera placement right there next to the rear backup camera. We cannot engage the backup camera without the motorhome being started, so I can't utilize it at all. So I thought a great placement back here on that camera. So if anybody tries to come back here on my Blue Ox, it is locked, but there's still always that case somebody could come through if they had a grinder or whatnot and grind off the lock. Then I got 2 on the driver's side. There's one there, and as you've seen in the video, you're covering 180 degrees, so I can actually see to the back of the rig and up to about over half, but I do have them turned slightly. I don't want them to catch what my neighbors are doing. And then here's the last placement, and this gives me my view for vehicles. I think it's about right in here, but they do catch a glimpse of it. I was gonna put one on the front. Let me get this camera turned around. I was gonna get one for the front, but I didn't want to put it on the cap. So our blinds do come up. I have magnet shades on the front. So if we're in the rig, I mean, we're gonna see it. I also have a PTZ camera. It's a little cheapo I bought off of Amazon. I think you can get those for, I think we paid 20 bucks for it. And you can listen, speak through it as well. It has infrared. It doesn't have a spotlight or anything. Mostly use it for Roscoe when we're gone so we can check in on him. Make sure he's not barking. He very seldom barks, but he does whine. He gets mad when we leave him. So I can put that camera up on the front dash when we do leave, and I can monitor between the two, but I mean, it doesn't set off motion alerts or anything like that. So, well, we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. I think it's getting pretty long by now. Like I stated, some of the features, you got the security camera, and it's motion activated when the camera turns on. You got the microphone and a speaker so you can talk to the people outside of your rig if you wanted to scare them off. You can set it up on motion. That way it's not constantly recording. You can do a manual record if you'd like. And then the night vision's been pretty great on it. And then you can tell at night if the automatically at night it will engage the spotlight if it detects motion, so that way you get a color addition of the photo in the video instead of just black and white. Now you can see that this is being recorded from my camera. The spotlight's on, and it's going to be picking up my voice. Nothing's being recorded from my phone. Everything's from the camera. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them down below. And then if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We do a lot on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We do have a website up, so if you forget any of that, you can go to our webpage. It's rvtravelingwith6.com. And you can click on the link there to get practically anywhere where our social media or videos or anything else is. So until next time.